all-time favorite memory. The first thing that comes to mind is my homecoming for my mission, I guess, and sitting on the stand and watching as this young man clearing the back in the cultural hall walked in late for church, and it was Dad. And I saw him, and I knew that he was going to be somebody important in my life, and I knew immediately that he was someone I cared about, and that was going to be a very good friend of mine for the rest of my life.
What do you think is the best thing about Dad?
The best thing about Dad?
The best thing about Dad.
The best thing about Dad probably is that he's somebody that I can follow and look up to.
How set his goals are and how hard he works.
And do you look up to him for that?
His humor.
His humor? His sense of humor? Why
His
that?
jokes.
Yeah.
That's something I really like about.
He can make me laugh harder than anyone else in the entire world. I just, he says these things that are just so hilarious to me.
I love when he comes home and starts talking to the dogs. I just think it's so funny and cute. And he just gets this voice when he's talking to Lily and when he's talking to Bo. And I just love that relationship, and I love what he does with the dogs. I think it's just so funny.
He loves to give for his family. He wants to give every part of him. He just loves his children so much, and wants them to have the best life possible.
I have had some of the craziest dreams and the craziest goals in my life and what I want to do. When I'm a kid and they ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I say, I want to play in the NBA, or I want to be an astronaut. I want to be an artist. I want to make movies. And it seemed like every time I came up with this new crazy dream, my dad did everything he could. Dad did everything he could to make that dream a reality.
What would you say is my dad's best characteristic?
Your dad is the most hardworking person I know. He's in the office before everybody when he's in town, and he leaves when he's done. And he really works hard for other people. It's not just for him. He works hard so that he can provide for his family and so that he can take care of people outside his family too.
He'll give to anybody. He does whatever he can to better anybody in everybody's situation.
How much of a hard worker he is, or how, like, above all the stress and the problems our family has, he's always put together like Mom. They always hold it together.
His long-term patience. Patience over a long period of time.
Okay.
His love of the Lord. As you know, the gospel is so important in my life and in our life and our family, but I think that to be led, to have him at the head of our home, and to have him so incredibly faithful to the things that he believes in.
His knowledge of the gospel has been really impressive to me, especially in the past couple years where it's been a topic that I've become more comfortable discussing with him. I think that we've been able to have really interesting and nuanced conversations about the gospel and the church and how things fit. And his knowledge is really kind of remarkable. He is an expert in many different things, but he's not show-offy about his knowledge. It's just kind of matter of fact.
He knows how to voice things just to the point, which you wouldn't think that would be the best, but just in this time of age, it's hard to communicate, and it's, hard to get that from a lot of people, and to just get it out and be like, this is my opinion on things, take it or leave it, and I think that's a wonderful quality to have.
Every time he gives me advice, it's straight, honest truth, and not a lot of people that I know would be able to give me that truth. And he's got good advice that's hard to take in, but it's very good advice once you get it.
Okay, and what's your favorite memory with Dad?
Probably one in the motorhome or boating, because those are always fun. Even though they're stressful, they're like really fun because I could always see that one part of Dad where he's like very adventurous.
So my favorite memory is going to Moab with him. Yeah.
What made that so memorable?
Just hanging out with him, both doing something we liked.
Moab when he scratched the Hummer against 2 rocks.
Why was that your favorite memory?
Because he started to laugh.
I think one of my favorite memories is when we were planning the wedding, and he sat Joe and I down. We were just talking budget, or whether we wanted to do it here or Hawaii. And he would just say, I'm so thankful for you that you are willing to marry my son. I mean, not necessarily those words, but, just we're thankful that you love our son just as much as we do. And, it was very important to me to hear that from him.
Golfing, definitely. And it was just so fun to see your dad in this really fun context where he drives the golf cart, and he does drive it like a race car, and you can tell he's just happy because he doesn't have to think about a lot of stressful things. He gets to just play a game that he loves, and it was such a fun experience to have him teach me and actually look at what I was doing. And I really appreciated having someone who knew what they were doing give me advice and just play with me even though I wasn't good.
Probably when we flew to Germany together to go to Stefan and Hannah's wedding. And, I just had the opportunity to just spend time with Dad alone in a place where he was excited to be, I was excited to be. We both loved Germany, and it was just nice to have that time. I'd just come home, I was just starting college, and so it was nice to have that time to talk to him about what I should be doing.
Well, I have 6 favorite memories with Dad.
Okay.
And those would be being in the temple, as each of our children were sealed to us, and being able to kneel across from him, and then having Grandpa Schwendeman seal each of you kids to be ours for all eternity, and to be there on the last time with Ruth and have our entire family there together, all 8 of us.
What do you look forward to most with doing with Dad?
Go shooting, drive around, talk.
There's a lot of things, I guess, because anything with him is just kind of, I don't know, it seems like out of the blue and extreme, so that's always fun.
I love hearing all of his stories, or when he laughs. The way that he laughs, it's just kind of under his breath, and he just shakes. Any kind of story, or whether it's with family or the way he laughs, that's probably one of my favorite things, and I look forward to.
When he goes really fast, he just smiles really big and does his he does this really breathy laugh. He's like, ah! It's just really fun.
I look forward to whenever Dad calls. Whether he just wants to talk about something, whether he wants to ask me a question about something, whether he wants to invite me to do something. Whenever I see my dad's number on my phone, I get excited. Because I just love talking to him. In person, on the phone, it doesn't matter. I love talking to Dad, and I love the interactions that we have.
I really love going out to eat with your dad. He knows all the best restaurants, but it's fun to go and talk about food. But then the other thing that I really like talking about is talking about literature, because he was an English major too. And so I would love to like go to dinner and talk about Shakespeare, or talk about my novel, or talk about literature, because he has an understanding that I've missed collaborating with other people about. He understands where I come from, because we both were English majors. We both analyze literature.
I just want us to be happy. I want us to be joyful. I want us to continue to love one another, and I want us to wake up in the morning happy that we have another day in front of us.
Anytime I get to hang out with him.
What is it that makes you look forward to that?
Just being with him. Oh, Dad's my best friend.
If you could step out of yourself and talk to yourself, what would be something you'd tell yourself?
Play more golf.
Like, when he had the blood clot a long time ago, I wish I said more things. I don't know, because like when that happened, I was just kind of scared and I couldn't really talk to him besides like saying, "Hi Dad, how you doing?" and just leave the room and get ice cream or whatever. But I wish I was like more careful with my time with him at that point.
That I love you, obviously. And thank you for being there for my husband and every time that he needs, because you know, there's some things that I can't always give him that his dad needs, the dad needs to give him, and thank you for being there for him.
I love you, and you're right.
Thank you for letting me into your family, and you know, letting me into your life, and especially over the past year, opening up and making sure that we had a relationship that was separate from mine and yours and Spencer's, and that we have things that we can talk about, and I really appreciate that.
I forgive you for yelling at me.
Why do you think that's important? Why do you think that's what you thought of?
Because it's just hard for me to forgive my time.
I don't think I tell Dad thank you enough. I don't think I say how grateful I am for everything he did for me and does for me actively. I wouldn't be here where I am today. I wouldn't be married to this girl that I love so much. I wouldn't be doing what I love so much. I wouldn't have anything if, without my dad there supporting me and lifting me up and encouraging me all the way along. And I don't think I said thank you enough for that.
How incredibly grateful I am. He has given me the life that I dreamed of when I was a little girl. It has been, there have been more challenges and trials than I ever thought. But I'm living my dream of everything I've ever wanted in my life. And he has made it possible in every way. And I appreciate how hard he works. I appreciate his love for me. I appreciate his love for our children. I want him to know how amazing he is. I don't know if he knows that, but I think he is the best thing since sliced bread. He's just amazing. I love him very much.
Dad, I love you. There's no words to explain the appreciation I have for everything you've done for me in my life.